is a cow. Nico is available as well.
I mean, this just means this lane that maybe Duckdom was thinking was going to be okay is now kind of a rough one. Actually, here for Duro and Ruler, as they want to take Perfect out of the game.
They have taken infinity% more objectives than Gen.G so far this game. Never mind, Duro's going to come in, find the double Pop Blossom. Duckdom is able to get some shots off, but that is still first blood onto the enemy jungle. Immediately answered there as BDD does get a kill, but down goes Way at the same time, and Gen.G going to alleviate that whole issue when it comes to the feats of strength things, as not quite the skill there. Like his only item was Steel Cap.
So this whole fight to me is about the fact that
Perfect is dead.
Okay, well that issue with the Gwen getting ahead, we kind of check that box here for the Gen.G composition.
Yeah.
And like white it out maybe out of the KT win cons and pretend it's not real. Maybe there's another win con they can find for this gen. I can see the headline now. Like, have there been just one too many Chemtech souls in the LCK?
What? Trying to shoot Ruler with both bullets.
He's like, turret's still perforated, man. I'm just gonna get one more tick.
Yeah. He's walking after him. It's a little bit scary. Okay. Sometimes you throw a captive audience at them, as there's the flash as BDD comes in. He flashes on over, Ruler just gets out of the way though. And so now BDD, it's all a bit dark. That deadly flourish was so sick, but the Mega Cone is just going to keep Ruler alive. And I guess he just never really was in any trouble. It's once again Perfect is dead. He is going to dash a bunch, but the scissors is still there.
By the way, Chovy is landing into a rel. Like, Chovy had Weaver's Wall and could have impacted the play up there. Flashes, misses the root. As it's a dodge from Ruler at the same time, you know, tomato, tomato, whatever. But he doesn't seemed like it was a freebie, and Gen.G were like, I'm not sure. Maybe we could actually get that too. Because here's that Weaver's Wall.
Yep, it is going to come through just to try and take down this turret. And that should be working out here as Duckdom does walk up. Cuz is moving in as well. Deadly Flourish doesn't find the mark. That's a fantastic Tangle Barbs. That will be able to lock down this turret. Duro is getting my POM so far, if it isn't just, you know, Keen for being massive.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a Duro angle so far.
Looking pretty good.
For Keen and a 40 CS lead. 0 versus 0-2, you're like, oh man, it's Keen, but no, it's not.
Oh no, the bullying of Perfect has continued. This is just emotional warfare here. I mean, as Perfect is just not allowed to play the game.
T1 employed this strategy at the road to MSI, which was kill Perfect and you win the game. But in this game, I feel like more than a series, more than Perfect's individual performance, right? It's like he got caught by Duro twice, and then the third time they just grouped and killed him. And the Ambessa, like we talked about at the very beginning of the game, like you talked about before the game even opened, it's like, is this Ambessa so important? Keep the paper down. In most cases.
That's a really good point. And theoretically as well, if you did crush paper enough, you could make it heavy enough to be a paperweight itself.
Yeah. Put up on the prompter is like paper with Wayne the Rock Johnson on top of it. And Keen on top of Wayne the Rock Johnson, and then it's like that's where Perfect is.
Yeah, watching him do arts and crafts. It's all right. Public execution comes through. Perfect actually getting involved for once as Keen will get a taste of Perfect's medicine. And it doesn't feel fantastic. That's BDD getting another kill for himself at the same time. But
that's
in the meantime, yeah, Chovy is also picking up an inner turret.
Canyon is going to catch Duckers.
Never mind.
Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Oh, no. You were so good. You were so good. Okay. He's going to be spotted. It's fine.
Woo! Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Okay, he is going to catch him. He thought that he was safe. Does flash out of the way, though, and now the rest of KT have made their way over. The curtains have been called as Canyon gets that bullet to the face.
Okay.
And Way misses a cannon, but that's fine. Last shot goes to bad things. Yeah, all bad things, but like mainly, like it's better than if it had have gone up.
Gold graph that flatlines is a good thing for the team that's behind.
Yeah, absolutely. As Artican is not often a good thing for the team that's behind, as Tangle Barb's just barely missing. That was actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they could do this because Chovy's about to have his Weaver's Wall back, and he can get here really quickly. I mean, Ruler almost has 2 items, he just hasn't transformed because he got it so fast. And they are looking to come over here for the contest, and it's going to take some real fancy angles from Perfect, I think, to win this fight. He's just not even committing in. Yeah, they're going to leave.
Splitter as Crashdown does get Way out of there. Chovy going to find the shove, though, and oh no, the Rel is just being caught out, and will just be eaten for breakfast. Keen coming on over trying to kill this ward. Perfect is just teleported in, but it's a 4v5. Realm Warp to try and get KT out of there. They do, all 4 of them make it to relative safety, take a phosphorus bomb, but this is just going to be them giving over the Artican. There's no good news.
The problem, I think the problem for KT in this moment is Duckdom will try to annoy them.
If this steal comes through, that would be funny.
It won't happen. But I think the problem for KT on the initial setup is if you don't... Yeah, I just don't...
This Otacon 4v5 that was just a missed opportunity, but now Duro is taking a little bit of damage here. Wei coming on over with that Shattering Strike, but Shape Splitter is one heck of an ability, again, which is now up and available, and they do have control of the area. Duro trying to get himself out. The flash forward from BDD to try and lock him down. Public execution is enough to finish him off, and now Keen is in amongst it, and maybe that's the way he likes it. Down goes Wei, and now the cease and desist comes through. Cuz ain't tanking anything, as at least BDD gets one back on the back end of that play, but still, they're not taking a dragon off this one, and it is just BDD against the world.
He's going to get Weaver's walled in.
Here's the world, by the way.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of rocks.
And there you have it, BDD's first death of the game. Wallets are pretty heavy, and that's an extremely fed Gwen that you just fought into a choke point for. So it doesn't work out in the follow-up.
As well, if there is an overextension like this, especially when Keen is so fed. Like, look at this, there's 4 people.
And he has W, so he just missed and like takes not even like 10% of his health bar, it feels like.
Yeah, he was just like, I think I'm fine.
To hang out with our boy Pool Bay up there real quick. And
yeah. All right, there's a Seismic Shove. Perfect going to lose half of his health bar just from that alone. Deadly Flourish is going to be the answer here, though, as now Cuz is going to turn up. Pop Blossom going wide, does get the flash out as a cease and desist from Canyon. Looks almost suicidal, but Keen makes his way in, and BDD is getting cut down, but loads of flashes going to be utilized. The Talia has fallen, and Keen now frontlining, but no one else is there to help out. And KT! They just take both solo laners with no response from Gen.G.
On this buy, but it's a one-way ticket if he is going to steal. Gen.G have to somehow poke through this, but I think this is just gone.
Well, let's see whether they can actually get in there and make this one a 50-50, because Ruler's got a lot of poke. The turn is going to come through. The pillar is fantastic. Wei finding some CC. As now, Perfect trying to get himself out of there. Ruler is just doing so much damage. Wei is dead as an afterthought, and KT... Yeah, an optimistic Baron.
I actually thought the crash down the turn was really awkward, and then Chovy shows up. Like, if you're just a little bit faster before that Talia shows up, maybe you could do it, but like, of course, completely a wash here for Gen.G, and then Keen's like, all right, I did it once, I'll do it again. Not quite enough resistances this time. Yeah,
Gen.G, off the back of this, will be able to pick themselves up the Baron. And so, yeah, the good news for KT is swiftly eradicated. The Realm Warp there from BDD was actually so cute around this this last fight.
For them, they're kind of just going, well, we've got all 3 lanes pushing. The only way we lose this game is if we try to hard push a little bit too far like we did last time. And
still wanting to try and utilize this last 20 seconds. As Duro won't be finding anyone there with the Blooming Burst. As Gen.G will be able to get this wave, at least, to test KT.
Chovy does have a nice angle here.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall is just going to bring them all out of the way. Seismic Shove is going to go wide, but look at that turret. Well, I mean, you can't because it's gone in an instant. Blink of an eye, and it does go down. And they just take the... I mean, they're just going to take this inner turret because there's no one here.
I don't think they should commit Chovy's ult for it, but they don't have to. And so he's just going to walk over here with big 4th item.
Oh, Duro, he finds both carries even after the flash. Cease and desist comes in. Down goes Doctom immediately. The Nico is going to fall, and at least they get... No, they're not going to get beat. Oh, there it is. Down he goes. A double kill for Keen as Chovy's throwing rocks around. Perfect does have to flash. As BDD gets a Void Staff from the grave that he might be able to use in Game 2, because I think it's likely that this one is just over. Flash out from Cuz, and he just gets Phosphorus bombed to the face. That Infinity Edge is working real well here for Ruler as he finds a double kill. And Gen.G collect the ace, and they will win this game. And guys, it wasn't close.
It was not close, not even for a moment. There was like one hiccup on the top side, but otherwise start to finish. Cards. Like, he holds the ball's in his court when we set up 4 5v5s, and if Gen.G have prio, which, you know, look at the stats for that, it's pretty Gen.G favor. They usually
you might think that it's cope, but KT are doing things. Oh, never mind. Maybe this is not the things they wanted to be doing. Wait, is at least able to battle down.
Has a jungler that's going to slam somebody into a wall.
Yeah, Canyon is just going to throw a rock into this bottom lane. Decent little knock up there from Wei. It doesn't get stunned into the wall, as now Duro going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. That was not the dive that Gen.G were looking for, but they're still sticking around. They've held onto this wave, so they might be able to get another opportunity, but these health bars are not very high, and Wei is holding this wave just offside. Canyon just going to flash in, though, and there is first blood. Never mind.
All Canyon has to do...
just takes a little bit longer as Ruler almost died.
Oh,
the flash! Okay, does get the flash out from Ruler, but I think try to recall. This is not going to work. Cuz can make the wind become the lightning.
He doesn't have his ult either because he already used it. Try to clear the wave to get that recall. He's probably just going to have to walk out.
Yep, he is going to be able to do that.
He still has TP, though.
He misses a large wave because he's not teleporting back to this one unless he wants to die.
Sure, he's going to have to back and then TP bottom side.
Further behind or anything like that outside of losing some health bars. The CS numbers are doing all right. As Canyon's going to make his way over. Oh, never mind. It could just be doomed. As Wei not going to be... Oh, he actually waits out the Steadfast Presence, just barely survives.
Ruler set that up with his True Shot Barrage. Like, he was 2 steps ahead of, like, okay, I think I can get kill pressure here. It's just insane to watch. Duro gets on top of Wei, so he can't actually use his W to get out. He's forcing them back away. Drops the Ignite in desperation.
Well, Canyon is going to make his way in here. Does set up, but Duro does have the inside track. Dr. going to come on over. He actually blast coned his way in. There's the Impale, but Cuz still keeping himself relatively safe. The flash out there from Cuz as they go back in looking for Chovy. That is going to be the kill. It goes over to Wei, unfortunately, but they'll take it. They are going to even things out. Now the stun is going to connect, and the 1-2 punch here of the Xin Zhao Annie is going to work until they are evicted from the play. And Cuz just goes down. There's the knock up as the answer might actually be here, and there it is. Feathers get pulled back. Wei might be dead, but BDD is just going to wander his way back in. No mana to speak of.
More playable after that scenario.
100%. And now Wei is going to try and get out of the way. Dr. here could be in trouble, but that's going to be the snare. The quickness comes on through. The flash has to be employed to get Canyon out of trouble as the teleport in from BDD is looking for Ruler. Does manage to find him. True Shot Barrage just bit. Wow, Wei just didn't even flinch.
Yeah, Wei's like, I've seen a lot of True Shot.
I think
that was a really aggressive play that cost Canyon this flash. Right? Ruler doesn't have cleanse anymore.
Oh, we got a ward going into this brush. They spot all 4 members as the equalizer goes down. Goodbye, jungler. Thanks for the leash, says Gen.G, as Canyon very comfortably steals that away. The Ornhorn going to come down as he just turns his way out of it. Oh, no.
Barely get it. Looks like he just barely will. So that's money.
Yeah, a little bit more coming back. 250 going to be the
Chovy.
difference here. As Chovy could, I mean, he is in a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of justice in that punch. As the bear goes down, he taunts them all, and they're like, yes. And then they kill him.
And Chovy shows up now. Does have his ultimate, so skirmishing here is going to be really tricky. And Geen has a teleport TP.
No teleport for Perfect. You cannot fight this KT.
There's no way.
Yep, Duro is just going to send Cuz away. And that is a guaranteed take on the Rift Herald. KT still wanting to look for something here. I'm not sure about it as the equalizer goes down. And Wei able to use that quickness, getting himself out of the way as Dr. so incredibly close to dead, but will be able to keep himself alive. And the question I have is like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? The flash out from Cuz gets him to safety, but why does he need to get to safety? As Wei is almost dead, he gets out, but why? BDD flashes in! And I think I know why he was looking for a kill, but I just don't know whether he's going to be able to find it, as now they're able to back away. KT, we don't have to.
No. And, like,
all right,
Canyon is just going to make sure they don't try to defend this turret, but remember when I asked the question about who does BDD ult if they don't have any prio? Those, he didn't do anything.
BDD trying to be sneaky. It is going to get spotted out there by Keen. And Wei is just going to try and push Canyon out of here. More battling, as this time Perfect does have his teleport. Now we're actually fighting for an objective. And Gen.G are in the area. Duro with a beautiful angle. True Shot Barrage just means that Cuz and Wei are already so low. They do get the redemption, so this health bar isn't too much of a problem, but Wei is going to have to try and get himself out, and I just don't know whether it's going to happen. Gets a knock-up onto Canyon here, but no one's there to follow up.
Chovy the whole time is denying entry for Perfect. He's like, you can't get in here. I'm not going to allow it. Not going to let that Ornn actually Ornhorn this fight. And we have complete control on the bottom side. Chovy's like literally chasing him to the mid turret now. He's like, yo, you are not actually coming to this objective fight. KT, I'm going to deny you the fight you shouldn't have taken last time. This time you just cannot even get there. And that's the free dragon.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And with no cross map, no return.
No.
Wei?
Yeah, he didn't even have ult, so it wasn't like he was going to set up for a huge play anyway, but equalizer goes down, and Gen.G looking to take that Drake and then move on and grab this turret. In the meantime, Chovy is in the top lane, taking the outer turret up there.
So it's Gen.G who gets the objective and the cross map, I see.
Yes. Gen.G is taking the objective and cross.
Teleporting now, he's teleporting far away.
Okay, he is going to teleport now, at least. As there's a knock-up onto Canyon, they want to be able to take down the jungler. He's so tanky. Still, he's able to deliver a gargoyle and flash away. Tibbers gets ulted on. True Shot Barrage this time is not going to find the mark. Neither does the equalizer really, although Doctom is so incredibly low. Chovy dives in, gets the Featherstorm out here as Doctom uses the barrier. Canyon, he manages to snipe him. Down goes the Lover's Jaw. The Ornn is picked up, and it's an instant triple for Ruler, who is now 5
until, Gen.G ended up getting too much control, and then a Desperate Otacon now means KT just got nothing. And it looked so good until Canyon's Impale. Like, I'm kind of okay with the concept.
I do think it's probably still Duro.
We've talked about this a lot in the LCK. When you're behind against a team like Gen.G, you just have to go hide on bush and hope for the best.
I mean, it's Molten Edge time as well, so at least Doctom is doing a bunch of extra damage. BDD does take down Duro as they set the trap and look to take... Canyon's drifting has been so sick today.
He's the only Skarner player in our league right now, and so he is by default the best, but if everyone was playing Skarner and I watched this game, I'd be like, well, he's the best.
Yeah. Ruler is going to take down an
like,
get himself out of the way. As Canyon, I mean, it was a cool play, but I think maybe he heard us saying that he was like super cool and stuff, and then he does that thing where he goes a little bit too far.
I don't know, we just panned over and I watched Doctom with his ult get impaled. I was like, that's a good play, but...
They are flashing in. Great quickness play there onto Keen as the equalizer is in a decent position. The gargoyle delivery is so good, and Keen picks up the first kill for not Ruler in this game, and Ruler is a bit angry about that, so he's going to grab another one for himself as what goes up must come down, and that equals another double here for Ruler. 7-0 here for this Ezreal, and now Wei is getting chased down. True Shot Barrage, if that connected, he was dead, but he is not.
Canyon gets an Impale, and it's like, oh my god, he got knocked off, but there's no follow-up, and they're like, okay, this is our Ian. There's no Impale anymore. They're out of position. We can force the time. And then if Doctom was there, I think 100% you smash that fight, but he just wasn't there in time.
Yeah. Well, he's here now. There you go. The Ram. All right. We get a Bellows Breath. There's a nice knock-up onto Ruler. I mean, nothing's really going to come of it as the Arcane Shift gets him out of that grand entrance because, the Impale's so good here from Canyon. Once again, Ruler gets his 8th. He's legendary. He already was. I mean, it's Ruler, but he's going to grab a 9th here on the back end. As Gen.G, I think they want to go home. I think they're kind of done with this one as they are looking for their first inhibitor of the game. Keen was in the bottom lane, by the way, guys, pushing this Baron wave towards this inhibitor, and they'll take 2 at the same time, which is kind of what they've been doing all game.
Yeah, that's really a great way to put it. Atlas says, okay, maybe we get one?
Nah, it's gargoyle delivery. That's what's going to come on through here as Chovy puts himself in position with a great Justice Punch. The Nexus, it belongs to Gen.G now as Ruler, bobbing for apples, takes down Doctom. BDD, the next one in trouble as they just destroy them on their fountain. And Gen.G, yeah, they'll make swift work of KT here today.